I'd like to take a few minutes today of your time to say congratulations to all the graduates. To a special congratulations to my grandnephews, Hunter and Deontay. Congratulations for finishing high school, guys. Looking forward to see what you do with the rest of your lives. And then again to our special friend of ours, Haley, and congratulations for finishing high school. And we're all looking forward to see how you continue that beautiful life you've got going. And then another special congratulations to my oldest grandson, Aaron, for completing his electrician's apprentice program through Grand Rapids Community College. Congratulations, Aaron. I know you haven't taken the test yet for your journeyman, but hey, after what you've gone through, buddy, that's a piece of cake. You can handle it, and you'll do well. And I'd like to take some time to all of you, all graduates, and to those of you who aren't graduates but are thinking about a career change, or you're coming up into a moment in your life where things just don't seem to be the way you thought they would be, and you're looking down the road for something else. There's a lot of advice out there for graduates, and that applies to people who are also looking down the road. And that is, the biggest one everybody says is follow your dreams. And if you're anything like me, when you get out of high school, the only dreams you had we won't talk about, but other than a burger and ice cream float someplace, you know, there wasn't a whole lot. I didn't really have any plans or dreams other than a sports car and all of that stuff. No real plan for what I wanted in my life. And many of you are probably that way. There are some of you like Hunter, who has got a dream of Broadway, and he's a pretty good song and dance man. He'll probably do well. But not everybody is like Hunter. Not everybody has a great dream. And those great dreams, oftentimes once we get them, aren't very fulfilling. I know at one time I wanted to be a disc jockey, and I went out and became one, and I was fairly successful at a small market, and I realized what a boring job that was. It just was not very fulfilling. Then I went into IT. Different story. But one of the things you want to do is find out what are your dreams. And there's a lot of other advice out there for you. Go to college, go to trade school. And of course, the favorite one that everybody's probably already heard is get a job. Of course, that's what Dad always says just about the time he's finished writing out the checks, paying all the bills, and he's looking at what he's spent and what he has coming in, and he turns to you and say, get a job. And anyway, so much for humor. The truth is, we do need, most of us, very few of us, especially those I'm talking to, have wealthy benefactors who are going to pay for everything throughout our lives. We are going to need to get a job. And through life, that's one of the things we have to face. A man once said, if you can earn money doing what you enjoy, you're never going to work a day in your life. And that sounds good. It's not true. No matter how much you like what you're doing, there are times when doing it is nothing more than just a job. You've got to get up, you got to go, you got to get it done, and then come back home. That's life. And it can be fun. It's enjoyable. Another man once said, to become successful, all you have to do is work half days. You can work the first 12 hours or the second 12 hours. Either way, you got to work 12 hours. Half days. And there's some truth to that. If you've got a dream, and you can't fulfill it. For instance, you want to be a writer, and yet you enjoy it, and you got all these great ideas. Keep writing, don't quit, but you still got to pay the bills. You get a 9-to-5 job, 8 hours on the job, you got 4 hours left of that 12 hours a day that you got to work to put into your writing. Don't give up on your dreams just because you have to get a job or you need to support yourself. If you can't find a job doing what you like, you can find a job and do what you like in your spare time. For instance, Hunter, the song and dance guy, he does a really good job. I've seen some of his work, but in our part of the country, there's not a whole lot of song and dance jobs available. And if he's not ready to, Hunter, if you're not ready to move off to chase your dreams in the Big Apple or someplace like that, there is summer stock. There is community theater. Those are places you can go and work and move on. There's also colleges. There's a lot to do with that. Don't give up your dream. That's my point. Find out what your dream is. If you have one, work towards that dream. That doesn't mean you have to be impractical. You still need to fulfill your basic needs like food and clothing. And you can't stay in Dad's spare bedroom all your life. Matter of fact, most of the time when guys get around 22 or 23, they're looking to get out. Sometimes they get out and come back because they found out, it's a whole lot better using Dad's washing machine than it is the laundromat. It's a whole lot easier looking at what Dad's got or Mom's got in the refrigerator to find something to eat than rummage around in the refrigerator you forgot to stock at the beginning of the week. Those are problems you're going to face. If you're planning on going on to college and you need funding, working is one way of doing it. Student loans is another, but those student loans got to be paid back. Work part-time, full-time during the summer, save that money and use it for college. Those are plans and those are ideas that work. If you have a dream, stick to it. For success in life, the number one thing, and from my perspective being a pastor, is to put Jesus first place in your life. After Jesus, getting him first place in your life, everything else will seem to be more meaningful and more enjoyable, more successful. Don't turn me off now because we're talking religion, because I just wanted to bring that point up, because there's a lot of people who seem to find success in their chosen fields without Jesus in their life. But when I talk to those people, they seem to have something missing. But you can do that. You can get success and all of the trappings that come with it. The nice cars, fancy clothes, nice place to live. But there's oftentimes an emptiness in our hearts that only family and God can fill. God has that kind of an emptiness in his heart. And that emptiness he's trying to fulfill with us. He wants that family. And you talk to your mom and your dad and your aunts and uncles and your grandparents, and they'll tell you how important family is to them, how important you as a member of their family are to them, and how much they want to see you succeed in life, how much their main goal is to see you succeed in life. Well, God is the same, only more so. God wants a family. That's why he created us, so that we could learn and put us on this earth to learn to become his children, what it's like to be his children. And he's got more love to share than any one of your family members times 1,000. And he wants to share it with you. Now, let's get back to how to become successful. Putting Jesus number one in your life is one. The second thing is be a hard worker. Now, what I mean by a hard worker is you go to your job, you have the right attitude, even though you might not like the job, it may be meaningless, don't complain about it. Don't complain to your coworkers, don't complain to your boss. Because once you start complaining, that's what you start hearing. And you don't need to hear that nonsense. What you need to hear is, this is just a means to my getting where I want to go. This is just to help me get to where I'm going. Always have that dream in front of you. Hunter, I just love to see you starring in a movie. I just love to see you on Broadway as a song and dance man. I think you're going to make it. I pick on Hunter because I know what his dream is. I don't know what Deontay's dream is. And I don't know what Haley's dream is. And the rest of you, I don't know anything about you. But I do know one thing. I know you want to have a fulfilling life. You want to have fun. You want to have quality things in your life. And you want to do something that's enjoyable. You want to enjoy it. Any job can be enjoyable if you turn your mind to it. If you decide to focus on what makes you happy and what you're doing is a means to getting there. That's one of the keys, if not the key, to success. Having goals is very critical. Having a dream is important. But if you don't have that dream yet, you haven't figured out what that dream is yet, you can still work towards that by applying yourself to whatever it is you're doing, try different things, and find out what you really like. One of the real tragedies in life is when we find out, we wake up at 60 years old and find out we've been doing the same thing for 40 years and we didn't enjoy it. I have friends like that. Now me, I've been fortunate. I tried my hand as a disc jockey. I was decent at it, enjoyed it for the first 6-7 months. After that, it was not fulfilling. I went into, I tried sales and tried different things, and I went back into IT and information technology and doing analysis and programming, and I really enjoyed that. I spent 42 years doing that. And if anybody wants me, I'll still be glad to come and give them a hand with it. I enjoyed it, and I was good at it, and I was successful at it for the most part. Another thing I really did, and I enjoy talking about Jesus. I enjoy talking about God. I enjoy sharing Him with others. So about a year ago, I started a ministry. And now I'm talking to you as a minister, trying to tell you how you can live your life. Just because you start down one path doesn't mean you have to stay on it. You can change. It gets harder as we get along and we start having debts and obligations. It gets harder to change. And then sometimes the change is forced on us. There's a book out there that one of my employers used to hand out to people just before they're getting ready to send them down the road when in downsizing, and it says, "Who stole my cheese?" And all it is a book about when things, how to move on from one step in life to the next. This is going to happen in your life. You're going to be successful for a while, and then you're going to get bored. Then maybe you get successful again. Maybe you'll be fortunate and you'll be in that same career your whole life and loving every minute of it. That's my wish for you. If not, and you're not happy with it, you'll want to change. The only way to do it, though, is with the right attitude and going in the right direction. Like I said, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Decide now how you want to live the rest of your life. Not necessarily on what career you want to have, not necessarily on where you want to go, what you want to do, or how you want to, or whatever, but how you want to live. Do you want to live as an honorable person? Do you want to live as a successful person? How do you want to live? Remember, when things get bad, you've always got family. And if you don't have a family, try real hard to find a church that can be your family. God loves you. He loves me. He wants you in his family. If you're not ready for him, that's okay. But life is short. Think about it. Family is the most important safety net you're going to have. The government ain't going to be there for you long. Unemployment only lasts about 6 months, sometimes a year. But sometimes that ain't enough. Your family's always going to be there. Remember what I said about God being there. He'll never leave you or forsake you. Your choice. But remember, today, first day of the rest of your life. And God willing, may the rest of your life be a glorious one. Thanks for listening. Congratulations, Haley. Congratulations, Dante. Congratulations, Hunter. Congratulations, Aaron.